Hey guys, welcome back. It's Geezer. I thought I'd freehand a rock bunker today. About half the time I do these fully sheltered rock bunkers like this in the rock, and about half the time I do them freestanding with a full height foundation. As you can see, there are no gaps in the ceiling or the roof. Everything's fully covered and protected. Just a quick tour of the outside. You could expand this a lot more, and really it depends on the rock how the build will actually go exactly. But let's build it and I'll show you some of the things we have to deal with. Make sure you get that covered. Make sure that fits. You need a triangle there. And that's where the bunker is going to be. But we need to do a build out first so we can place the roofs, the ceiling pieces. So let's get rid of all that stuff. Now you can place the TC down. I'd recommend that. Make sure there's honeycomb space so you'll be able to have a 23 rocket base after it's fully upgraded. So you can put your TC in here. You could place walls and a door around here. I wouldn't place the roofs. I wouldn't place the ceilings yet. Just to show you that it actually fits without poking out. I didn't want the TC to be poking through here. And like I said, I'm freehanding today, so I don't have anything in mind yet. Just the mechanic. 15 triangles out off the build square, and then a square. This is just to create pixel offset, maximum pixel offset. We leave that one triangle for the foundation later to kind of have a medium offset. I'll show you how that works. Build back, clip this twig onto the twig for the last one. Make sure it doesn't clip onto the building. And I'll build back the squares from our farthest square. And the rock is in the way here a little bit compared with just in the middle of a field. And now this, we want this off center, so that's why I built it off a half square. See that? I'm having trouble with that one. I don't want to worry too much about it in case, like, you know, you don't want to get shot in the back if you're on a live server. So I've got a workaround. That's okay. We can build off of this medium distance, medium offset triangle, and then just build back with our maximum offset ones later. Because the ceilings have to go off of the 15 triangle foundations, or else it won't work. Just make sure it clips onto that farthest build out piece when you're doing this. That's why I was careful there. And we need some frames for stability building these roofs. If it breaks, just add more frames. Can't put a frame in a couple of spots on the vertex of the mechanic where it opens, and nothing can touch that corner. But otherwise, you're free to do kind of what you like. And I'd upgrade the TC chamber now, or as soon as you've tested that your bunker works. And upgrade it to the best material that you have, obviously. I'd probably do this in stone and not adobe. So now I'd just test this out, and it worked now. It's kind of funny, but I didn't want to fiddle with it too much. So I put a wall there, which you can't do, just to show you guys here. Anything's touching that corner vertex, or the corner where kind of the build mechanic, the roof piece opens, it will brick it. As well on the roof, the ceiling, don't put a door frame there or your bunker will not work. That's very, very important. Make sure you understand that. Just kind of building out a living space here. I don't really have anything in mind, so I just kind of built it to see what would happen. I'd put this in HQM when you can. So now we've got a little chamber here already. We're much more protected than we were. As you can see, it doesn't work because we've got this twig wall that touches that corner. And when we delete it, it all works no problem. Of course, we're going to need to have a door soon if we're building these out. Now, because I can't put a wall there, I kind of work around here just to fill in that gap. And do this in twig. I'm in a build server, so it's defaulted to stone. Don't use a stone opening roof piece, if you know what I mean. Just use twig. Because if your destroy timer runs out, you're still okay with twig. Plus, don't waste the materials. Okay, so we're getting somewhere now. Obviously, in a live server, put down your doors as soon as you can. I'm going to build server right now, so I'm not worried about getting shot. And I'm just building an airlock here. Really, you can do whatever you want. This is not necessarily the optimal kind of layout. I like to kind of have rocks poking through sometimes to see if I can put deployables like fridges and workbenches and furnaces into them, and lockers as well. I think it kind of gives it a nice feel, and sometimes it gives you kind of a cool space kind of dynamic. So again, you gotta make sure that the doorway's not, these door frames are not touching that corner where you're opening. And as soon as you can, honeycomb. I'm just doing it in finished materials now. Now that back wall, we've got 23 rocket raid protection as soon as we do the honeycomb on the roof. As we can see, if you're inside, you're going to have trouble getting out, so you could place your furnace there for the time being. And I would think about getting all your boxes organized in here before you kind of upgrade this internal room, because we're going to put a shelf in here later. And again, obviously, the opening mechanic piece, do it in twig always. And I'm just making a loot room on the other side. Again, that would be twig too, obviously. But the shelf could be wood or stone. And look at this. This is pretty cool, I think. Nice space for the locker there. Kind of half buried. Just gonna go around and touch up the paint. And now we're doing the honeycomb over the bunker. This part could be tricky if you're not paying attention, because you could brick your bunker if you put these in the wrong places. There's one spot right over top of the bunker wall that will brick the bunker with a door frame or honeycomb, so don't put that there. This is good. We're just going to work around one extra triangle so we avoid that spot there. Here, don't put anything there. No walls, no door frames. If you're doing a different style of base with just a shooting floor on top or a second floor, don't put anything there. I'm just wondering if the kind of gray color looks better on the rocks than the white. I think it does, actually. What do you guys think? I think that's a better color. And, you know, normally I don't like to build on top of the rock because it's kind of nice to walk out onto the rock. But I thought this time might as well just... And we gotta make sure we do it so it's stable. Like, stability is an issue. So, we're just gonna continue here though. Give us a good amount of visibility. I'm just freehanding this. I really didn't have anything in mind, so I'm just kind of placing stuff. It's a little bit ugly on the front, kind of second floor, third story kind of area, but it doesn't have full symmetry. It's also in a rock, so that's pretty tough. I feel like it's going to be a little bit different over time. Just put in extra storage, extra shelves. I'd leave this as just a triangle so you can get into your little jump-up area. Make sure you have a box with a hammer and some frags to repair as well. I'd put a kit in there too, not just in the locker. Put a bed in here. This is a great bedroom in one of these top floor areas, close to the locker that you're going to have upstairs, wherever you put it. Looks like a 2x1 on top, sort of. I think we could add some more. I'm going to knock out a couple walls as I go, just because I'm freehanding it right now without a design in mind. And I'm on a build site. So let's get some furnaces and stuff in here, deployables. You could, of course, automate this, fully automate it. Nice to have a fridge at the door. Make sure you're eating on the way out. Don't leave hungry. And now, I'd put more boxes on the bottom before adding this shelf. Put a couple small boxes down there. This gives you lots of room in and out. It's much easier with the shelf. I'm just knocking that out so I can have full, like, some roof access to the very roof top. If you had a jackhammer, of course, and it was already built, it's still pretty easy to knock out just offside the stone. Leave that space there so you can climb up there. do some wiring. I'm editing this a little bit for you guys just because it's a little bit monotonous. I like to have a light switch for my lights, and then the furnaces just directly to the power without a switch, because they can turn on and off by themselves. And I like my lights to have kind of an independent switch. So a lot of time I don't want them on. Some more boxes, no problem. Well, we're getting somewhere now. Somewhere. Let's give some more visibility at the door. I didn't like that. Maybe an auto turret. I think you could expand this a little bit and put maybe 3 or 4 auto turrets around. You could put a wall right around this little rock too. Some high walls, like a compound. Double fences, so the turret will shoot, but the raiders or grubs won't shoot the auto turret through 2 layers of fencing. I thought this window would be a great place to reach the auto turret for, you know, adding ammo and stuff. But I thought, you know, let's just adjust it a little bit here. Might as well. Another way up too. Another view. Ladder. You could do a ladder hatch on the very top as well. And there's 1 space left. At least 1 space. But you can daisy chain those splitters. I knocked out another wall here and expand a little more. Give us a couple more view angles. Yeah. So obviously if you're doing this live, you know, you may want to build some things in wood, or if you have a jackhammer you can take walls out, or you're stuck with it if you kind of just, you make a design you don't like, right? So there's your upkeep. That's about it. Just give you a little tour around the inside and the out. Let me know if you have any questions about this. I just wanted to show the mechanic where, you know, you're never going to get shot in the back opening a roof bunker. I've done previous videos about this, 1-way and 2-way roof bunkers that are fully sealed, and I've kind of refined it a little bit where you don't need as many build-outs. So I didn't explain that fully in this video, but feel free to ask me if you have any questions about that, and I may do further videos about that to show kind of a more refined, streamlined technique. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching, and good luck in your next wipe.